knock, Dad, don't knock on the glass. There's a monster on the other side. This isn't just a regular season game. It's a clash loaded with emotion, pride, and context. On one side, the Spurs, trying to survive the strain of a grueling stretch of travel and games. On the other, the Thunder, playing at home, motivated, irritated, and tired of losing to the same opponent. When exhaustion meets frustration, the game stops being just basketball and becomes a test of character.
We just try to make it tough on their all-stars.
Winning against a team like this, it means something.
There are not that many regular season games that make me this excited, but this is one of them, and so do these two. One of them ones. Two reporters on this matchup, Michael C. Wright, Tim MacMahon, doing the Texas two-step for us here live at Paycom Center. So, Michael, let's start with the Spurs here. They've gone 3-0 against the reigning champs, but they've hit a little bit of a slump lately. What's going to be the biggest factor for the Spurs to keep their winning streak alive here?
Well, Malika, the Spurs are a tired team. They're worn out. They're just hoping that they can muster the strength to play the way that they need to come out on top against a highly motivated Oklahoma City team in a hostile environment. If you go back to that Christmas game, the Spurs had already traveled 13,000 miles up to that point. And that at that time, that was more than twice the league average. So they come into Oklahoma City, they win their 8th consecutive regular season game. But do you realize that that was 26 days on the road for the Spurs over a span of 34 days? So it's no surprise that the Spurs have lost 5 of their last 9 games since that Christmas Day game. They're dealing with the dog days of the season. Everybody's dealing with it. And the Spurs say that the only thing they can do is just try to fight their way through it. Now, we talked to Wembanyama after that third back-to-back. And we asked him, hey, Vic, are you expecting a ticked-off team when you face the Oklahoma City Thunder again? And Vic is like, of course. We'd be mad, too, if we lost 3 games in a row to the same opponent. And Vic also said that, hey, Oklahoma City was a very good team already before they got ticked off. So you can only imagine what the Spurs are bracing for tonight here at Paycom Center.
Ticked off may be the kind way to put it there. Michael, Tim, how are the Thunder approaching this game tonight?
Nice.
Right, I appreciate the kindness. How are the Thunder approaching this one?
Howdy, Malika. Listen, Michael C. Wright's not a nice person. Let me just start with that. But this has not been a nice series for the Thunder this season. Now, they are an even-keeled team. They take pride, 0-0 after every game, that sort of a thing. But the simple fact is it is 0-3 this series. But, Alex Caruso made it clear after shoot-around today, look, this is not – our season's not hit and miss based on tonight's result. The Thunder are going to wake up tomorrow morning with a comfortable lead in first place regardless of tonight's results. But there is some pride on the line. The Spurs cost them money in Las Vegas. That stung. The Thunder felt like they just laid an egg in the trip to San Antonio when they were fighting their own little bit of schedule fatigue. But then on a Christmas stage, the Spurs came in here, and it was not a close game. It was a blowout. Now, despite that, Caruso said he feels like the Thunder have gotten a little bit smarter, have learned a little bit about how to attack, how to play against the Spurs with each game. They just didn't knock down their shots, and him in particular, he was 2 of 12 from three-point range. Caruso is going to be a big factor because the Spurs are probably going to be willing to live with him hopefully shooting the lights out.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't let them turn the lights out on you in there, gentlemen. Guys, thank you so very much. This should be a good one. Both of these teams have looked mortal in the last couple of games, so it's going to be interesting who throws the first punch in this one.
At this point in the season, there are no more excuses, only identity. The Spurs have to battle their own bodies while the Thunder fight against the memory of past defeats and wounded pride, and they manage to set the pace first. Whoever can turn emotion into execution will set the tone for the night. Games like this remind us why some regular season matchups matter more than they seem, because when talent, rivalry, and intensity come together, the result always leaves a mark.